Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Again, this is Mark Galang. Okay, so it's a weekend, it's a Saturday. I just finished a week at CSN Parañaque Center for Special Needs. Parañaque, it's an LGU funded community based rehab facility. And so I finally got some time off so I can go to my home in Las Marinas. And because I'm alone, given that my son is off in college doing his own thing, so I barely see him in a day. So anyway, and he's busy, he's got his NSTP going on, and I have my weekend right now to be here in Dasma so I can do some documentation and relax a bit. So it has this nice cold breezy atmosphere, kind of cooler weather than what you would expect in Manila. And I just bought some meals. I'm not really a fan of cooking for myself, you know. It's not really worth it if you're not cooking for someone else, preparing a meal with someone else, for someone else. So yeah, just rather buy something to eat for the entire day before I go back to Manila in the evening or late afternoon. But that gave rise to some thoughts about how much it would cost in a day for someone who is single just to eat or commute or whatever, right? Or live throughout the day. So I have me some I have me funny, right? I have here a pack of pancit and 3 pieces of chicken, as well as 3 vegetable dishes. Trying to cut down on the carbs, although I have pancit, so whatever, right? Anyway, so I have all those and I bought them for 330 pesos. That should suffice for the day's food requirements, nutritional requirements, I should say. And that would put you into a mode of thinking. You're gonna think about how much does my son need to go through an entire day, given that he eats the same amount, more or less, as me. Okay? So it's safe to say, if I bought this much food in anticipation that I would eat all of these throughout the day, morning po. And it's safe to say that a typical college student would eat about 300, no, it's probably 400 pesos a day if he's not eating at home, because we have to account for transportation costs. And so if they are going to school 5 days a week, sir, gandang umaga po. So if they go to school 5 days a week, that would amount to 2,500 pesos in a day. And that's that's in a week, 2,500 pesos a week. A typical college student would need 2,500 pesos in a week just for meals and transportation. And that can be rather generous. Why? Why is that a bit generous? Well, you can actually have a full meal for 50 to 60 pesos. Okay? Somewhere in Manila. Well, that actually depends on where you're studying. For instance, if you're studying in AMA School of Medicine like I do, and you are living off of Paris from Walastic, Paris. Shout out Walastic, Paris. So that's going to set you back 180 pesos a day. Morning po. Why 180 pesos? That's assuming that you're getting the usual pares. So that's for 60 pesos. So if you're eating that 3 times a day, so it's 180. But if you're loading up on pares with unlimited rice there, so that's, I think, 70 pesos per meal. Unlimited rice. Get yourself unlimited broth. And so 70 times 3, that's 210 pesos a day. And give or take maybe 50 to 100 pesos. Let's say 100 pesos for your transportation. So that's 310 pesos. So times 5, that roughly amounts to 1,500 pesos in a day. Bare minimum for that sort of lifestyle. Now, that's just your meals and transportation going to school. So at the very least, without accounting for rent and other expenses, household expenses, your utilities, your college kid will need around 1,500 pesos a week to live off their college lives without eating at home. So things change when they eat at home, they have their baon or pack lunch, so because they're going to be able to cut down on food expenses. That's something that I used to do, okay, in certain instances. So I had to bring my own lunch, so I don't have to buy anything. I just have to travel to school. But really, that's if you're cooking for yourself or someone is cooking for you. Okay, so that's an idea of how much it costs to be a college student. Now, if you're working, if you're employed, maybe you have a little bit more money, and I'm blessed enough that I can have some extras. But given my current physiological state, I cannot do the unlimited rice thing anymore. I have to cut down on my carbs, and I have to live off on vegetables and protein. So for me, it's about 330 pesos a day to survive. Okay, so it's just your meals and maybe transportation costs. So on top of that, it's around 410 pesos a day. You're not cooking for yourself, and that's how much it costs. Anyway, so those are just some of the insights that I picked up from this walk going to the nearest food outlet or carinderia from my house here in Las Marinas. So I'm about to approach home, and thank you so much if you happen to view this video. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Goodbye and God bless.